Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I want to make a creepy paper doll for my Halloween journal. And I just showed this journal in the previous video. Kind of have a picture in my mind of what I want to create. And it can't be bigger than one of these pages. So why don't I go ahead, and I've got this wonderful file folder with all of this beautiful stain. This is what was laying on my table where I make paper. And then I put it out to dry. So we know that this paper doll, I don't want it sticking out of the journal because they tend to get messed up that way. So let's just cut this beautiful paper to where it's the size of this. And we'll try to stay in the lines. Here, that's great. So we know that the paper doll can't be taller than this. And I think the very first thing I'm going to do is grab, I'm going to move this for now, just so it doesn't get messed up. It's got some old photos in it, and that gives us more room. And I am looking for, you know what, it might be, this is it. Is this what I want to use? I think it might be. So I need to think about, like, how much space I need to leave for legs, and then a little body, and then a head that's kind of big, almost like a pumpkin, and some little arms that we might attach with brads. I can kind of see it. So let's start with this. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the hair. I don't know that we're going to cut this out. And then we need a body. And that gives us room for, let's see. I might need to move that up a little bit. For some legs and arms. We're going to cut all this apart. That's the reason that it looks like it does. And we may actually, I just wanted some, I wanted like a reference for the legs. They need to be longer so we can attach them with brads. Legs and the arms maybe. So here's the point where, so I think I will keep this hair. We're just going to make it like this. So that's going to be our paper doll. And then for the legs, let's go ahead and try to cut at her legs. They would be coming from behind her dress. It's the arms that I really want to be able to attach. And you might be thinking, well, why did you just cut out? It's okay. We're not gonna, so let me go on up. This might help make the paper doll more sturdy too, if I can figure this out. So we want, so there's one leg. We can glue this behind to make it more sturdy. And we're going to decorate this. We might end up with enough layers on this before it's over with to make the back really sturdy. So let's kind of cut out a different one that we can have the leg on the other side. And we might, I don't know, we might shape it a little differently. If we have one here and one here, that gives us 2 legs. I'm gonna have to cut off from the back. Yeah, it's fitting great. So do I want to go ahead and let's go ahead and glue these on, because I'm pretty sure we're not going to worry about this. We're not going to spend a lot of time saying, oh, is it right? Is it good enough? Because this is a creepy paper doll. This is kind of a little Halloween scary paper doll. So we're just going to go kind of like the trashy paper dolls. We're not going to overthink. We're just going to make. And whatever comes out is supposed to come out. That's what's supposed to be right here with this little paper doll. So I like that one leg's looking a little shorter than the other. I think that's pretty interesting. So now we need some arms. And this is what we want to attach with maybe the brads. So I kind of see a shape in here that we can use. They may be too long to start with, but that's okay. Will this work? Okay, so that's too long. So that's an arm. And then let's cut out another one going this way. I've used up almost all of my stained paper. So let's just cut right around here. And we have, did I even do that right? Now we have arms. So maybe get some of these little giblets of paper out of the way. That's my mom used to always tell me. She would say, you have left giblets of paper everywhere. Because I was always making messes. I don't know. My mom is very, very neat. And so is my sister. And so were both of my grandmothers. And I think they were all 4 Virgos. And here I am, a stubborn Aries, and it's like everything I touched was a big, I created things that I left like a trail of, not breadcrumbs. In my case, it was giblets of paper, according to my mom, who loved me dearly and let me create. She gave me the go ahead, do it, just create. So that's amazing. And she's a very creative too. So here we are, we need a face. And I can't decide if I want to, how do I want to do this face? Maybe we could do, I don't know if we're going to go with like what kind of tends to come out of my brain when I make a face and then alter it a little bit. So I'm thinking kind of big eyes. But then we might need, so I think the pupil definitely needs to be obvious. And maybe like a sort of, could we cross one out? We've already done it. It's a little late now. And then for the mouth, I'm tempted to sew with the sewing machine. And we kind of need some wiry hair. I'm wondering if we could add some thread. And what are we going to do for the mouth? Okay, I'm back. I went to the sewing machine and just tried a few stitches. Have I already lost that paper? I tried some on a sample sheet of paper, and I didn't really like the result. I mean, it was fine. It's just not what I'm looking for. So I think if we could make almost like a Raggedy Ann sort of smile like that. Yeah, that's getting a creepy vibe. And then let's see if I can thread this needle. At some point, I'm going to have to go to the eye doctor and switch up from this needle. Has got like the tiniest eye in it I've ever seen. I'm going to have to switch from Dollar Tree reading glasses to I probably actually need glasses, but I do okay. I mean, I've been really fortunate to make it to 61 and still just use, you know, just plain old readers. But people have told me, oh, when it hits, you will know it. So I feel like if maybe I better start right here in the front. And let's just use the needle and thread. And do one of the sort of creepy little it's cool. If I hold it up to the light, I can see right where the smile is on the other side and where I want to poke through. And I probably should have started from the other side, but that's okay. We can always put this on a needle and poke it through, if that makes sense, so that the thread ends on the back for this. Although I'm not sure it matters. It keeps getting caught on her leg. Yeah, so let's cut this on the back, and let me see if I can thread this one more time and punch that. I didn't leave myself a lot of thread, that's for sure. But I think that's got it. There, that's best. Let me put this needle away because I am really bad about just laying them on the desk, and then I don't want grandkids to find them and, you know, unsupervised. Not that they're out here that much, but still, it's good to think about stuff like that. And now let me get my masking tape. We can tape this down on the back, and that way the stitches don't get loose. That's so perfect. I love that. That's exactly. Like a little opening there. Now for the dress, and we still got to think about some hair. I don't know if I just want string, but she needs a dress out of some sort of fabric or something. Okay, here we are on a different day. I have some things I want to show you, but let's put those to the side because the paper doll is finished. Let me turn my little lights on because they make me happy. So I love the way this little baby paper doll turned out. She's so cute. I'm calling her a creepy paper doll, but she can only be so creepy. You know, she's a paper doll after all. These charms get tangled up because I carry the journal around. So let's get over here to the page where she is living. And let me show you what she looks like. She's so adorable. Well, I think she is. She's in one of these little pockets. Oh, here she is. Honestly, I don't remember where I left off because I got sidetracked first with a phone call and then life just got really busy with work. So I think I had cut out some pieces of this and maybe started a face. I finished it. Let's see if I have the pencil out. So one of my favorite sketching pencils is an 8B. It's kind of soft and it makes a big mark instead of a really sharp mark that looks so harsh on the page. This is a Staedtler, made in Germany. I got it at a thrift store. Jay, I think we were together when I got this set with the art pencils in it, and this is my favorite. So I love this 8B. Then I went back over the top of it with a Sharpie, the features on the face, the little smile. I went back over with the Sharpie, and I did take, well, it's covered up. I did take a needle and thread, just a heavy black thread, not anything too heavy, but like a it's a button thread, I think. So it's thick enough that you can see it, but it's not like using embroidery thread or something. And just sewed, you know, made the little stitches here. I did cross one eye out. I think I had already done that. And then for the hair, I took that same spool of black thread and I would pull off 2 or 3 pieces at a time and loop it like right here at the edge of her face. And I just sewed around little by little until all this hair was sewn into place. And you can see it's just thread. This is a little piece of coffee stained cotton canvas and with a spider on top of it. I hope you can see her okay. I'll bring you in a little closer so you can really see the way that thread is done. And you can see this stitch. It goes all the way around. So I just sewed a circle right around, putting that thread on as I went around. We've got the little brads holding her arms in place. Her apron is some of the Halloween fabric. And this is just a beautiful piece of like it's some sort of yarn. It's a very fancy yarn. And then when you turn it over, you can see where the brads are poked through. I did cut out another piece of the file folder to reinforce her head and neck. I did the same thing, you know, pretty much all over the back, except her arms, because there's just no need for that. And I'm not going to be, these will move, but I'm really not going to be moving those around. I think she is so adorable. So let's just put her right back in her pocket. You know, Halloween is almost here. The month is coming to an end. I am still working on the scroll, the Samhain scroll, and I'm going to continue to work in that. It doesn't have to be just an October thing, because I do want to do just some research and kind of understand more about it and what all influenced Samhain and then what all Samhain influenced as far as culture and religion and tradition and things like that. So I'm still working on that, and I just bought some beautiful napkins to use on that scroll. So I promise it will be back at some point. It's not in the forefront right now. I'll finish up by showing you a couple of things, or a few things I bought. This gorgeous remnant. So I feel like this fabric, I want to learn how to make some stage clothes for Jason, especially vests. I think that would be nice to wear over his shirts. They look really good too. And this fabric would be awesome, like under the lights. This piece itself is not big enough to make an entire vest, but I think it would go nicely with some other fabrics that I have. I'll figure it out, and if I don't use it for that, I'll use it for something else. And we also have this remnant. I may end up using some of this in journals. This was just really, really beautiful. This embellished gold fabric. I love that. And So today was pajama day at work. We all wore our pajamas. Well, whoever wanted to. A lot of us did. And I think tomorrow, I don't know. We've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to continue to dress up. One of those days I want to be a crazy cat lady. So I think I'm going to make a new lanyard for my keys that I wear at work, and it'll have the cats on it because I'm going to have a lot of other cat paraphernalia going on. You know what? Maybe some of you will remember. I love this fabric with the moths on it. I thought I bought some of this, but I wasn't sure. I fell in love with this. So this is a flannel. It's really soft, and I think it'll make a really pretty journal cover. But I don't really see it out here. There's a lot out here, so I could have just folded it up and put it in one of my boxes. Did I show this already? But isn't it beautiful? I just love this so much. So I just wanted to share those things. Well, I'm going to end this video and try to put it all together and get it edited and get it uploaded because it is in several parts. And I will see everybody really soon. Bye for now.